Let us see how to find line integral of a vector field. Okay. See, if U be any open subset of Rn. So this is U, which is open subset of Rn, and we have a vector field capital F, which is defined on U, and it is from U to Rn, or you can say some subset of Rn. Okay. Let gamma be any curve, getting gamma be any curve in U, and it has some parameterization alpha. So we have alpha, which is defined on closed interval AB to gamma. So this is the parameterization of gamma. Then we can find line integral of f over gamma in this way. We integrate having limits a to b. Here we take inner product of f of alpha of t and alpha dash of t dt. Okay, we take this inner product, and by solving this integration, we get a required answer. Okay, so make a screenshot of it. After that we will go further. Let us discuss second definition. Okay, so equivalent parameterized curve we have already seen. So the next concept is O equivalent, or its long form is oriented equivalent. Okay, so suppose we have two parameterized curve alpha and beta. As you can see in this diagram, two parameterized curve alpha and beta. Alpha is defined on closed interval AB and beta is defined on closed interval CD. So when we say alpha and beta are O equivalent or oriented equivalent, if there exists a function h, which is defined from closed interval CD to AB, which is diffeomorphism. Okay, diffeomorphism, we have already seen diffeomorphism. That means it should satisfy three conditions. First condition, it should be bijective. Second condition, it should be differentiable, and the third condition is its inverse should be differentiable. If all three conditions are satisfied, we call it as a diffeomorphism. Okay, so what I'm saying, there should be a diffeomorphism H, which is defined from closed interval CD to AB, such that alpha of h of s is equal to beta of s for all s belongs to closed interval CD. This part, this definition we have already seen, what we call it as an equivalent parameterization, but because of this additional condition we call it as a O equivalent, oriented equivalent. What is that additional condition? H dash of s should be greater than 0. Okay, so keep in your mind, if h dash of s is greater than 0, then the corresponding equivalent parameterization is said to be O equivalent parameterization. Okay, what is meaning of that h dash of s is greater than 0? That means sh should be increasing function. Getting s should be increasing function. That means suppose, so this is CD and this is AB. Getting, so h, if you draw the graph of h, it should be like this. It should be increasing, then only its derivative will be greater than 0. Okay, so if you have this additional condition, then we call it as a alpha is O equivalent to parameterization beta. If you remove this condition, then we get a definition of equivalent parameterization. Okay, so yeah, please note down this definition, then we will go further. Let us discuss this theorem. So in this theorem, they are given two parameterizations. Alpha defined from closed interval AB to U and beta defined from closed interval CD to U. These two parameterizations we have, and they have mentioned these are parameterization for oriented curve gamma. Oriented, okay, oriented word is there. That means alpha is O equivalent to beta, oriented equivalent to beta. This is the information we have. And see what we have to prove. We have to prove that line integral, okay, with the help of alpha parameterization is same as line integral of f with the help of beta parameterization. Both parameterization give the same value of line integral. This thing we have to prove. Okay, so let us start with the given information. We have alpha is O equivalent to beta. So let us use the definition of O equivalent curves. So therefore we can write there exists a diffeomorphism H defines from closed interval CD to AB such that I will show in the diagram also. See H, which is defined from closed interval CD to AB such that alpha of H of S is equal to beta of S. This is true for all S belongs to closed interval CD. And the second very important information is h dash of s is greater than 0 for all s belongs to closed interval CD. So it's a diffeomorphism. Diffeomorphism means what? From that h should be bijective, it should be differentiable, and its inverse also should be differentiable. Okay, and we with these two conditions we have. See, after that we have written the given information. After that we have to prove that both integral have the same value. We are going to prove, but there is no more space to write. So make a screenshot of it and then we will go further. See, I'm starting with right hand side and I will try to prove left hand side. Try to bring that left hand side. See, after writing right hand side, so you know that beta of s is equal to alpha of h of s. We had written here that thing. Okay, so let us use that thing. Inner product of f of alpha of h of s. Okay, here also we have to put beta of s is equal to alpha of h of s, but we have to take derivative. So this is a composition of two functions, so that's why I need to use chain rule to find its derivative. So yeah, its derivative will be alpha dash of h of s. Okay, after that again we have to take derivative of inner function, that means h dash of s ds. So this is equal to integration c to d inner product of f of alpha of h of s. Okay, alpha dash of h of s. See, h dash of s gives a real number, getting, so it will come outside the inner product. So h dash of s ds. After that I am going to put simply, see what I am going to do, I am going to putting h of s is equal to t. So you know that if I put anything, our first task is to find its derivative and the second task to change its limits. Okay, so therefore its derivative will be h dash of s ds is equal to dt. That means this h dash of s ds can be easily replaced by dt only. Let us find limits for s is equal to c and for s is equal to d. Let us find the value of t. See, if I put s is equal to c here, we will have this is h of c, and if I put s is equal to d here, we will have h of d. It's very simple. But see, one information we have, that is alpha is O equivalent to beta. That means it has h has additional condition, h dash of s is greater than 0. You remember, h dash of s is greater than 0. H dash of s is greater than 0. That means h is increasing function. If I draw its graph, it will be like this. C, D, A, B. So function is increasing. You are getting. So h will be like this. It's an increasing function. So therefore h of c should be A and h of D should be B. It's an increasing function. So that's why it's A and it is B. So we have substituted this part, we have changed the limit. So let us put all those things here. So therefore, just a minute, let me write that thing. So therefore, this integral is equal to, I will continue, new limits a to b, okay, new limits a to b, inner product of f of alpha of h of s is equal to what? T. So alpha of t, right? Alpha dash of h of s, but h of s is equal to t. So therefore alpha dash t and h dash of s ds is equal to what? Dt. So let us write dt. So in this way we got left hand side. So we started with right hand side and we brought left hand side. So in this way we proved this theorem. Make a screenshot of it. After that we will stop. Thank you. Bye bye.